Released on February 27th, 2026, Scream 7 is the seventh installment in the long running horror franchise and marks the first time franchise creator Kevin Williamson has directed a Scream film. It follows a new Ghostface killer who targets Sidney Prescott's daughter while pulling in legacy characters from past entries. Neve Campbell returns as Sidney Prescott, now quietly living a new life, but pulled back into terror as her daughter Tatum becomes a target. Courtney Cox reprises Gale Weathers, offering sharp investigative energy, while David Arquette appears as Dewey Riley, connecting the film to the franchise's roots. New additions include Isabel May as Tatum and Joel McHale as Sydney's husband, both of whom are central to the emotional stakes. Other returning faces like Matthew Lillard and Scott Foley add nostalgia for longtime fans. Performances are generally earnest, though some critics note that several new characters feel underdeveloped and serve mainly as slasher fodder rather than fully realized individuals. Williamson's direction leans into the franchise's blend of tense horror and meta-awareness, with Ghostface utilizing classic slasher tropes alongside modern twists. Visual style features tight framing, inventive POV shots, and atmospheric pacing, designed to blend suspense with callbacks to the series' past. The tone attempts to balance horror and legacy character drama, especially the maternal protectiveness of Sydney. But some critics feel it over-relies on franchise references rather than strong new scares. Ghostface returns, this time targeting Sydney's daughter Tatum in the quiet town where Sydney has built a new life, forcing her back into the cycle of terror she's tried to escape. The film embraces classic Scream elements, phone calls, slasher rules, whodunit tension, and meta-commentary, but attempts to expand them for a generational shift. Strengths include the emotional through line of a seasoned Sydney, grappling with her past and the intersection of legacy and threat. Weaknesses cited by reviews include predictable beats, uneven character motivation, and reliance on nostalgia rather than fresh narrative innovation. Many critics have labeled it creatively flat compared with earlier entries. Fan commentary reflects similar division. Some praise the return to tension and effective kills, including standout opening scares, while others criticize weak killer motives and forgettable antagonists. Where the film could have improved is, the film could have benefited from deeper development of its new characters and clearer killer motives, areas critics say feel underwritten. More original scares and narrative risks, rather than callbacks for nostalgia, might have strengthened both suspense and emotional engagement. Scream 7 received generally negative to mixed reviews from critics, many citing creative stagnation and over-reliance on franchise tropes. However, it became the highest-grossing film in the series, suggesting strong audience interest despite criticism. Fan reactions are deeply divided. Some acclaim the film's adherence to Scream tradition and enjoy specific kills and character moments, while others view it as derivative and lacking the genre-subverting sharpness that once defined the series. Film rating 6.5 out of 10. A mixed entry that revisits franchise roots with earnest callbacks and emotional stakes, but falls short of delivering the ingenuity and suspense that defined earlier Scream films. Final thoughts. Scream 7 proves the franchise still has the power to excite and provoke discussion, even if it struggles to innovate. While the return of legacy characters and emotional family stakes add depth, a reliance on nostalgia and uneven narrative choices leave it feeling like an echo more than a reinvention. Like and subscribe, because even when Ghostface returns to familiar ground, the Scream can still cut deep. It just might be the last word on what once was revolutionary.